years ago, after that, it was Texas Tech, and then they played TCU.
Well, yeah. When they started playing TCU, it was always on the Friday.
And no, they played a couple times on Thanksgiving Day.
Didn't they play Baylor one time too?
Maybe
not.
I don't think so.
Oh, yeah, they played Baylor last year.
Oh, the last game of the season.
Yeah,
that was the last game of the season.
Yeah. I remember that.
That was on Saturday. Yeah. But I didn't realize. I like that tradition of Texas playing on Thanksgiving Day. I mean, there was three things you count on: the Lions having the first game, the Cowboys having the afternoon game or the late evening game or whatever you want to call it. Yeah. And then wrapping it all up with Texas playing Texas A&M. Yeah. And I really miss that.
Yeah.
So it would be really nice if
let's start a petition to bring back Texas and Texas A&M on Thanksgiving.
So if
right now.
with A&M having not a good quarterback right now, they can lose their next two games. That would put them at 7-5, 6-5.
You trying to see we play?
There's a chance. There's an outside chance that Texas and Texas A&M could probably not the Cotton. No.
You don't think the Cotton Bowl?
No, not high enough.
No, not high enough.
Their teams are not good enough.
No, they'd probably play at the in Houston. What do they call it? The Advocare Bowl, the Texas Bowl. Advocare Texas Bowl. They'd probably meet up there.
Well, they got the Heart of Dallas Bowl too, which I think is
in Dallas.
Cotton Bowl. No, usually you get your lower tier teams like your Conference USA and maybe
it's a new bowl, the Heart of Dallas Bowl, which I forget who sponsors it, but
but they
Zaxby's, I think.
Yeah, they've had every once in a while they'll get like an Ole Miss, but one year they had UNLV versus University of North Texas.
Well, it's an early bowl. It's like the first week of the bowl season.
So that's Christmas Day. That's a Christmas Day bowl.
Is it?
Yeah, it's a Christmas Day. So, but no, I don't see them getting that bowl. And honestly, the Cotton Bowl, the original Cotton Bowl, that's actually in South Dallas, not in Arlington. I don't think it could hold the capacity of Texas and A&M fans.
Because the A&M fans travel well.
Yeah, that would be a sold-out game. So if they were able to put it in Houston in NRG Reliant Stadium, whatever it's called now,
NRG,
that's the place to put that game.
Yeah.
But if the SEC is known to kind of control their matchups. They don't like because when it comes to this time of the year where they match up, they want to win their bowl games. The SEC wants the bowl game wins for when they go to their recruits. Like, hey, we want all our bowl games, but yet they manipulate the system to put the matches in their favor.
Well, real quick while we're on UT, I'll pose a question to you guys. I don't know if you guys saw the article that I shared with you guys, but if Charlie Strong wins his last two games and they go 7-5, do you keep him?
Yeah.
You think so?
I do.
Which I think they should, because you at least see progress. You at least see that, hey, they have a future at quarterback with Buechele. They do have some good young weapons. Defense is getting there. It's not quite there, but it's getting there. I agree with Kirk. Do you keep him, David? Do you go 7-5?
I've said that I am with Charlie Strong for a long time, and I'm going to continue to be with Charlie Strong for a long time. I think you need to give a college football coach that's coming into a broken program like he did,
clean up a lot of stuff.
5 to 6 years.
Stuff, yeah.
5 to 6 years. And
he's on his third year,
right?
This
is his third year.
Third year.
Okay. And we're, once again, I've talked about righting the ship. Mm-hmm. It's coming up.
It's coming up.
And eventually they're going to be there. They have a quarterback that's comfortable throwing outside the numbers instead of inside the numbers.
Yeah, I mean, you talk about this all the time. Just throw it inside the numbers.
How many times have I texted you during a game and say it?
At least 3 or 4 times this year.
And when I'll say, watch out, here he comes over the middle, and he's going to bust it. And as soon as
it's like a 30, 40-yard play every time.
Every time.
Yeah.
Shane Buechele just doesn't have that vision just yet.
But he's a true freshman.
But it'll
come.
I said, he just doesn't have the vision yet.
Yeah.
And hopefully that vision comes, because we wasted a lot of times with Garrett Gilbright. Was his
Garrett Gilbert?
Yeah, whatever his
name. Yeah, whatever. He's
Gerard Hurd, now receiver Gerard Hurd.
But Garrett was worse. He was probably.
He had so much hype though, and then he because
he almost won the national championship against Alabama.
Yeah.
He didn't.
Came in for Colt McCoy.
Yeah, they were very trigger shy to let him throw the ball. So I remember that game vividly.
Yeah.
So anyway, what else do we think? Any great predictions for this week coming up? The matchups.
West Virginia, Oklahoma. We mentioned that one.
UTSA and A&M.
UTSA
big
and the upset. Yeah.
Oh, the big game. I tell you what. Okay, I've said this once before that I was going to watch the NFL on Twitter.
Did you do it? Oh, yeah.
No, I didn't do it.
You didn't watch it on Thursday?
But I'm not going to do it again this week again.
Why?
You want to know why?
Why?
Because I just look at the this week. Thursday nights, 7 p.m. Central. Number 5, Louisville, 9-1. Houston, 8-2. So what do I do? Do I do NFL or do I?
You can do both. Watch one on Twitter, watch one on TV.
Exactly.
Yeah, I could do that.
Pull the NFL game up on your phone and then have the NCAA game on your TV.
Okay, so we have Oklahoma State at TCU. That's
pretty solid.
Yeah, pretty solid. Ohio State and Michigan State play each other. It's in Michigan State, so
Michigan State beat them last year.
3-7 Michigan State.
Oh man!
Yeah, I didn't realize that. Wisconsin plays Purdue, 3-7 Purdue. Florida and LSU.
Solid matchup. I mean, any SEC team like that late, any team can win.
Utah versus Oregon, don't care about. Wazoo, Washington State, and Colorado, they play Saturday. Yeah, I'm not really seeing a big matchup that I really
What's
like.
the late game on ABC? You see the late game? Is it Oklahoma? I mean, not Oklahoma. Is it Oklahoma, West Virginia? That's the late game?
Sure is, yes. I'm going to nod my head slowly. Yes, it is. And 6:30 on Fox will be Washington and Arizona State University.
It's pretty good games. I mean, I'm definitely going to watch the Oklahoma, West Virginia game.
On ESPN, the late game, USC and UCLA. Wow, that's kind of early for that.
It is. I always thought that was the last game of the season for them.
Really? So, and Penn State, Rutgers. Rutgers is 2-8. I don't know who they beat, but not enough. All right, coming up next, we're going to go ahead and talk about what Tony Romo had to say about Dak Prescott today.
I'm bringing the heat, Kirk. Next segment. Get ready.
Bring it.
Hi, this is John B. Wells. It's a big world out there, and an even bigger universe. So, what interests you? From the conventional to the conspiratorial, from the wonderful to the weird, from the sublime to the silly, we'll talk about all of it, and between all of us, we'll get a glimpse of the truth. Be on board ARC Midnight, this Saturday night at 10 on 570 KLIF.
They really are. I saw them, I did. I saw them, I really did.
We are the Texas Strangers. Now it's time for me and Kirky to get into a little lively debate on the state of the Cowboys and Tony Romo. Now here's David Carson and Kirk Jones.
Actually, you should probably change that to the moderator, David Carson.
The moderator, David Carson.
He's about to get Hillary and Trump in this.
Yeah, this is going to get really ugly really fast, and I don't know what's going to happen. There might be blows thrown here pretty soon. Oh my! Where did Nelly come from? I didn't know Nelly was in the building. Wow! Woo!
He felt the heat.
Oh, he knows it's coming. Okay, hey Brad, on cut number 1, let's go straight into the cuts of Tony Romo. Let's go ahead and cut number 1, Romo. You ready?
To say the first half of the season has been emotional would be a huge understatement. Getting hurt when you feel like you have the best team you've ever had was a soul-crushing moment for me. Then to learn it's not 3 or 4 weeks, but 10 is another blow. And through it all, you have a tremendous amount of guilt on having let your teammates, fans, and organization down.
Okay, so Tony Romo, earlier this afternoon, he came out in the DFW. Matter of fact, I didn't even see it on the mothership.
WFAA.
I saw it on WFA. I know NBC covered it, and I know
I get text alerts from the mothership radio, and it said, "Oh, tune in now at 4:15 for the Romo press conference."
Right, but we had it on the other station,
local station.
But the local stations, the ones that covered it.
Oh, okay.
So the sports stations that most people listen to, it didn't. That interview did not come through there. It may come on there later on tonight.
Yeah.
But this is where we got our cuts. We took it from WFAA. Channel 8, which is one of our better stations here. So, as a matter of fact, it's right across the street from us. So, we'll go ahead and give them a little plug. So, thank you very much. So, Romo came out and announced what he had to think about Dak Prescott being the starting quarterback. Okay, Brad, let's go ahead and go into cut number 2.
After all, they were depending on you to bring them a championship. That's what quarterbacks are supposed to do. That's how we're judged. I loved that. I still do. But then here you are, sidelined without any real ability to help your teammates win on the field. That's when you're forced to come face to face with what's happening.
Okay, that's a big thing right there, and that's what's going to cause a major rift between Brad and Kurt coming up here really soon. So continue on with that. We'll go on to cut number 3.
Seasons are fleeting. Games become more precious. Chances for success diminish. Your potential successor has arrived, injured 2 years in a row, and now in the mid-30s. The press is whispering. Everyone has doubts. You've spent your career working to get here.
I have my doubts. Kurt and Brad have different doubts. Yes, we've whispered about Tony Romo for a long time on this show. What comes next? Let's go to cut number 4.
It's in this moment that you find out who you really are and what you're really about. You see, football is a meritocracy. You aren't handed anything. You earn everything, every single day, over and over again. You have to prove it. That's the way that the NFL, that's the way that football works.
Okay, Tony, he's proven that he's proved it, that he's deserved to be taking the ball for America's team as the Dallas Cowboys. Brad, I forgot what number I'm on. Let's roll to the next.
Number 5.
Okay, number 5.
A great example of this is Dak Prescott and what he's done. He's earned the right to be our quarterback. As hard as that is for me to say, he's earned that right. He's guided our team to an 8-1 record, and that's hard to do. If you think for a second that I don't want to be out there, then you've probably never felt the pure ecstasy of competing and winning. That hasn't left me. In fact, it may burn more now than ever.
Okay, as we heard, that's Tony Romo turning the page saying, hey, Dak Prescott's the guy. No longer will we have these conversations about who is the guy as a Dallas Cowboy. We heard the page physically turn as it goes. Brad, next cut.
It's not always easy to watch. I think anybody who's been in this position understands that. But what is clear is that I was that kid once. Stepping in, having to prove yourself. I remember the feeling like it was yesterday. It really is an incredible time in your life.
Bill Parcells did give him that chance as an undrafted quarterback out of Eastern Illinois.
Yes.
Is that correct? Okay.
Yeah, but Parcells is the guy who kept him and held on to him, that said, this guy has something, we're going to keep him on the team.
Next cut, please.
And if I remember one thing from back then, it's the people that helped me along when I was young. And if I can be that to Dak, I've tried to be, and I will be going forward. I think you all know something magical is happening to our team. I'm not going to allow this situation to negatively affect Dak or this football team by becoming a constant distraction. I think Dak knows that I have his back, and I think I know that he has mine.
And as a leader, that's probably the hardest thing to do, is to step back, let someone else take the reins, and you move on with your life. Trust me, I've done it a lot. I tell these guys all the time with my naval experience, I'm training you to take my job one day. And having Tony come out and say it in the words that he's done, like, hey, I think my time here is done. Your new guy is Dak Prescott. Brad, next clip.
Lastly, I just want to leave you with something I've learned in this process as well. I feel like we all have 2 battles or 2 enemies going on. One with the man across from you. The second is with the man inside of you. I think once you control the one inside of you, the one across from you really doesn't matter. And I think that's what we're all trying to do.
What he left out was number 3, and I think he's also battling father time. That is the biggest issue right here. Now, in this corner, weighing in 180 pounds, hailing from Rockwall, Texas, Kirk Jones.
Yeah.
In the next corner.
that man.
Represent the wall, baby.
Boo that man.
Standing at 5